The room smelled of candle wax and betrayal. A young diplomat stood silent in the corner, watching powerful men shake hands with smiles that never reached their eyes. Promises were made, alliances were formed. By morning, 2 of those men would be dead. The young diplomat was Niccolò Machiavelli, and that night he learned something brutal about human nature. Trust is not broken by enemies. It is broken by people who show you exactly who they are, but you refuse to see it. Centuries later, his observations still apply. Because people haven't changed, only their clothes have. Today, we're diving into 3 types of behavior Machiavelli would warn you about. 3 subtle patterns, 3 psychological signals. If someone does these consistently, do not trust them. The illusion of trust. Most people think trust is about kindness. It's not. Trust is about predictability. A dangerous person is not someone who is cruel. A dangerous person is someone who is inconsistent. Machiavelli understood power not as morality, but as pattern recognition. He studied rulers, generals, advisors, and traitors, and he noticed something. The most destructive people don't announce themselves. They signal themselves, quietly, through habits, through speech, through small decisions. And if you ignore these signals, you will pay the price. Thing number 1, they speak differently about people behind their backs. Let's start with the first sign, the easiest one to notice, the hardest one to accept. If someone constantly criticizes others when they are not present, they are training you not to trust them, but to become their next topic. The story of the charming advisor. In Florence, Machiavelli once observed a court advisor who was adored by everyone. He complimented the duke, he praised the generals, he laughed with the merchants. But in private, he dissected them, mocked them, exposed their weaknesses. Everyone believed they were special. Everyone believed they were the exception, until they weren't. Because a person who builds connection through shared negativity is not bonding with you. They are rehearsing betrayal. The psychology behind it. Why do people gossip? 3 reasons: to gain social currency, to elevate themselves, to test loyalty. When someone tells you secrets about others, they are sending a message. I trade in information, and one day you will be inventory. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince that rulers must avoid flatterers, because flatterers speak differently depending on who is present. A flatterer is not loyal to people, they are loyal to advantage, and advantage shifts. Modern example. In business, in friendships, in relationships. You'll meet someone who says, honestly, I don't even like how he runs things. Or, she told me something about you, but I defended you. It sounds supportive, but what you're witnessing is someone who survives through whisper networks, and whisper networks are built on rotating targets. Machiavelli would tell you, if someone consistently tears others down in private, they will eventually tear you down in absence. Trust people who correct privately but defend publicly. Distrust people who criticize publicly and flatter privately. Thing number 2, they make promises easily. The second sign is more subtle, more seductive, more dangerous. They promise too easily. The seduction of immediate agreement. Some people agree instantly. Yes, I'll handle it. Don't worry, I promise. You have my word. No hesitation, no calculation, no pause. It feels reassuring, it feels strong. But Machiavelli understood something critical. Serious commitments create tension. If someone shows no tension when promising something costly, the promise is probably cheap. The Renaissance lesson. Machiavelli watched rulers promise peace to neighboring states while secretly preparing armies. Why? Because promises are tools to delay, to distract, to disarm. He noted that a wise leader does not rely on words, he observes actions, because words are flexible, consequences are not. Psychological breakdown. People who overpromise do it for 3 reasons. They want approval, they want short-term control, they want to avoid confrontation. All 3 are self-serving motives, none are loyalty. When someone promises quickly, ask yourself, are they committed to the outcome or committed to how they look right now? There's a difference, a dangerous difference. The red flag pattern. Watch for this. Big promises, delayed execution, excuses framed as circumstances, repeated cycle. After the 3rd repetition, it's no longer a mistake, it's a strategy. Machiavelli would say, better a cautious ally than an enthusiastic liar. Thing number 3, they change personality based on status. This is the most dangerous one and the hardest to detect. They change based on who holds power in the room, the social chameleon. Watch how someone behaves with their boss, their waiter, their subordinate, their equal. Do they become softer with authority, sharper with weakness, silent with power, dominant with vulnerability? If someone calibrates morality based on hierarchy, they do not have character, they have strategy. And strategy without principle is survival mode. Machiavelli's observation. Machiavelli believed leaders must understand appearances, but he also believed that stability requires consistency. A person who changes values depending on advantage is not predictable, and unpredictability destroys trust. The core psychological truth. People reveal their true nature in 2 conditions: when they gain power, when they feel threatened. If their behavior shifts drastically in either state, you are not dealing with integrity, you are dealing with opportunism. The deeper lesson. Machiavelli is often misunderstood. People think he taught manipulation. What he actually taught was awareness. He didn't say, become evil. He said, understand it, because the naive suffer first. Trust is not about paranoia. It's about pattern recognition, and patterns never lie. Final reflection, part 1 closing. If someone bonds through gossip, promises without tension, changes based on status, do not hate them, do not confront them emotionally. Simply reduce access, limit exposure, and observe. Powerful people don't explode when betrayed. They adjust quietly. Because trust is not given, it is earned through consistent behavior over time. And Machiavelli knew something timeless. You cannot control who is ambitious, you cannot control who is manipulative, but you can control who gets close enough to harm you.